Happy December. Welcome back to the Metamystic Show. Happy birthday to all of my Sagittarius friends in the house. We have a new moon in Sagittarius on December 1st at 1:21 a.m. EST. Then we have the full moon in Gemini on December 15th. That's also the end of the Mercury retrograde. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Maybe during Mercury retrograde, you're going to have some Knight of Cups coming at you, trying to cycle back around the block again. Yeah, Eight of Wands. Definitely somebody wanting to communicate with you over the month of December. And then finally, we have a new moon in Capricorn on December 30th. 5:26 p.m. EST. So we're going to do what's happening in December reading. Let's try this out. I'm going to be using the Fountain Tarot. Yes, I have this metallic lip that I tried to make it metallic. It's not as easy as it seems. Okay. Hey, I like to try stuff. I like to have fun. All right. Let's just put on the damn clown nose right at the damn start. All right, come on. What do you gotta do to get a laugh in here? Smile, a little creativity. Okay, Empress at the bottom of the deck. See, your weirdness, your creativity is your currency. That's what's gonna make you abundant. That's because that's where your power comes from. Just look at this. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Seven of Wands coming out. I feel like people have pressed up against your authenticity and your originality. And it's like I'm seeing you like a soldier, the Seven of Wands. Like you held your position. And it doesn't have to be that you said anything. Yeah, with the star, exactly. You harnessed your star power. I'm seeing some of you actually very introverted. It's not that you didn't say anything. And not everybody's an introvert here. We have some beautiful extroverts here as well. But it's some of you just didn't even like say anything over the years. You just kind of took your power back quietly and were like, okay, they don't get it. This is who I am. This is how I am. Yeah, Five of Coins. Some of you were even kind of like left out of certain things and certain groups. But the thing is with the Seven of Wands, it's like you held strong. You held strong. We're going to get 3 cards. Thank you, everybody, for being here. 1, 2, and 3. 4 of Wands and the Star and the Sun at the bottom of the deck with the Justice card. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's start here. So, because you decided to just be free and be who you are, or this is something that you're coming into. With Pluto in Aquarius, we have it in Aquarius until 2044. That's 20 freaking years. Aquarius is the individual and the collective, and somehow holding both of those things at the same time. Being like a quirky, out of the box, Aquarian, Uranian, kind of makes you scratch your head sort of a person, mixed with, well, this entire group of people backs you. It's like a motley crew coming into the room, and they're like, yeah, that's my friend over there. Okay, so it's like we're coming into this age. If you haven't been embracing your freedom and your authenticity and your weirdness, it's time to start, because that's the age we're moving into. It's not going to be considered cool anymore. It's not going to be considered like the people that have done really, really well with Pluto and Capricorn. Capricorn's very traditional, right? It's like the people that have done really well during that age, it's not going to still work in this age. it's kind of like, Gen Zers or like even the generation below that, like on TikTok and stuff, looking at millennials like my age, I'm 33, and being like, oh, that's chuggy. like the side part and stuff, like everybody wears the middle part. I know that's a really dumb example, but it's like that, where it's like we're gonna be the things that made the past generation successful, interesting, accepted. Not anymore, honey. It's about to get Uranian in here. So let your freak flag fly. Be happy with the Nine of Cups. Be who you are. Express who you are. With the Star and the Sun, for some of you, that's actually going to bring fame and recognition. And it's not because you're trying to be weird and different. We're all weird and different. It's just your brand of weird, your brand of different. And this is coming up in the month of December, which is interesting. Maybe it's just that it's like the end of the year and we start to kind of think about, everything that has happened over 2024 and, just thinking about like everything, all the changes in the world and kind of even just thinking about your own year and how much you could have changed. I mean, a lot of damage can happen in a year, right? But this is part of the justice of society at large, this Pluto and Aquarius transit, because it's bringing up or putting up people on pedestals that were previously outcasted and shunned. Like the universe is looking. We have the Fountain card here, which is in this deck. It's like, it's symbolic of like the universe, right? So the universe, the people that the universe loves with the Lovers, they saw that these people were outcasted. And for a lot of us, that's us. I put out a video called Rise of the Outcast. Or is it coming out? I'm out of order with my videos. It's either coming out or it's already come out. So anyways, which is all about Pluto and Aquarius. So I'm going to get off of this, but this is coming through for December. It's like the people that the universe loves, the Fountain and the Lovers, they're sick of seeing those people pushed to the back of the line, the back of the bus, the back of the class. I'm seeing the universe bring those people out and actually place them. I'm seeing them forcibly remove. That's Pluto. It's destruction and renewal, right? Death and rebirth. They're ripping those people out of these places of star, sun, up on the pedestal. They're ripping them out and they're putting the weirdos there. They're putting the outcasts there. The people who have previously been outcasted are now going to be the stars with the spotlight shining nonetheless. So, interesting. I feel like what it's showing is just let that freak flag fly, baby, with the Four of Wands. Be free. Be who you are. Be happy. Be grateful for what you have and who you are this December. All right, what's going on in December for the collective? Here we go. Card number 1. We have the Three of Cups. Well, it's the holidays. We have times of celebration, right? But this is an interesting Three of Cups. It's more abstract, right? I feel like what this is dipping into... Hey guys, sorry, I lost you. All right, we're back. We're back. So what I was saying is, with this Three of Cups, also something that's coming to mind is I did a reading for the next 6 months, and the Three of Cups was a big card in that reading, and I feel like that's also pulling off of that reading. So if you missed that one, it's called The Next 6 Months. I did it fairly recently. I think it was through the spring. It was from fall to spring. But anyways, what I'm seeing here with the Three of Cups is the obvious, celebrations, coming together around the holidays. That's happening for most people, right? No matter what you celebrate, most people are coming together around this time, traveling, seeing people coming together. But what I'm also seeing this as is in a bigger context. It's like we're dipping into this oneness consciousness where and it might even be a little bit weird. Like, you might start to see people doing things that you had the idea for, and you might be like, hey, they stole my idea. No, it's not that they stole your idea. It's that, and that's why we should just, that goes back to like, just be who you are. Star, sun, be who you are, be free, be authentic, because, you know, first of all, people are going to love it with the lovers. It's part of the universe's plan for you with the fountain, but also it's like, it's not that you'll lose out on the opportunity to express an idea, but it's crazy to realize that it's actually such a privilege that we are coming into these ideas together as a collective. It's not like, hey, that person stole my idea. That's not Pluto and Aquarius. Well, the reason why Pluto is blasting through with these Aquarian themes is because the universe wants us to see and understand that we're doing this together. You know, we come from an individualist society, and Aquarius is absolutely the individual as well, but it's a little bit different. It's like letting the light shine, like say you have a group of 5 people and each person has a different skill. One is an excellent musician, one is an amazing architect, the other is an actor. Like, all these people have different skills. It's kind of like say you push the actor to the front, 3 of Cups. The actor does their acting thing, individual. Then they come back into the group, and then they push the musician forward, and the musician plays, and everybody's like, oh my God, that was amazing. Then we put the architect in front because we need a building, and the architect's like, oh, I can design that. We push that person forward, and then they come back into the collective. They're trying to help us understand that this is a group effort. We've been in a time where people have become... It's one thing to be an individual. It's another to literally not be able to, first of all, see the beauty of the group and see that everybody has their own skills and that we're all playing a different instrument, so to speak. But it's also about dismantling this idea of like, this is mine. And like, I watch the History Channel. I watch a lot of the shows that have to do with, like, what is that show called? It's like, what is it called? There's all different types of ones. There's ones about, like, how food came to... Hold on. I just need to actually take a second. For some reason, I'm just like suddenly like taken over with like this incredible inability to speak right now. Let's just take a minute. You might hit like a plateau in the month of December, which is common. Like, say you're putting all these I'll get back to what I was saying, but say you're putting all these holiday parties together, or you're going to a bunch of them, you know, trying to buy gifts and set up parties and all that. It's like, you might have to just like take a minute here because I'm feeling like an incredible tiredness. Make sure to give yourself some rest. So anyways, I feel like I have my point across where it's like, you might even start to feel like you're actually not as important as you thought. You're not as special and different as you thought, because you might see other people doing what you do or saying what you say. But that's the thing. It is kind of an ego death in a way with Pluto and Aquarius, where it's like, we need to get back to like the family, the group, the community, like themes of humanitarianism, like caring about people, holding the door open, like we're the collective. And it's not either or. It's not just about one person. It's not just about us, but it's also not always just about like the family and everybody else either. Aquarius helps to kind of balance those things out. What I'm also seeing here is that there may be a coming together, a reconciliation here of certain things inside of yourself, like certain ideas inside of yourself joining back together, things that you forgot about, aspects of you. And we've been talking a lot about this on the channel, like with my soul retrieval. I'm having a really hard time, like, even thinking in this reading right now. I don't know what that's about. Let's just see really quick. What is that about? The world and the 10 of Wands. Yeah, it's like you're carrying the world on your shoulders for some of you, with the 6 of Cups, taking care, King of Cups, taking care of like people that you love, and, you know, putting your, especially around the holidays, right? Yeah, just make sure to take a little time for yourself. I think that song, da-da-da, love in your heart. What is that song? A little love in your heart. But anyways, it's not that it's about everybody else, and it's also that it's not just about us. It's like we need to understand that we all work together, and it's like, you know how everybody comes out at the end of a Broadway production and they all take a bow together? That's what I'm seeing. That's the hope of that Pluto and Aquarius. It's a wink and a nod to the Aquarian age coming through, and Spirit, and I have a whole video on Pluto and Aquarius that you can watch too, that I mentioned at the start of this. But it's coming through so heavily. It's so visceral, this energy. Yeah, some of you with the Hierophant in the world, it's like you're joining together like ideas and thoughts and aspects of yourself. A lot of us do this at the end of the year, right? We think about like where we've been, we think about where we want to go, and we're kind of joining all that stuff together. Or that's the advice, you know, do kind of like a year in review, think about things, think about where you want to go, think about what's going to make you feel more free. If you have planned, Sun and Star, to like put your work on display, or put yourself out there, or it could even be love for some of you with the Lovers card, where you might, with the 4 of Wands and the Lovers, you might want to like put yourself out there in 2025 and kind of just gathering yourself in order to do that. It's different for everybody. Card number 2, we have the Judgment card. Yeah, that's where I was pulling that deep energy from. Beautiful card. I love this deck because it's so abstract. This feels to me kind of like between the sheets, when you're kind of between being awake and asleep, and it's when you're most clear. It's like you may have a moment of like how I was saying with the 3 of Cups, a moment of bringing parts of yourself together, and you might have like a wake-up call. You might even wake up from a dream that you have with the Judgment energy. It's like this December, for me, New Year's is always my favorite holiday. I love Christmas as well, but for me, New Year's has always been my favorite holiday, probably because I'm a Virgo, right? Because I like to plan my year. I like to really think about where I've been and where I'm going, right? And I like to kind of write it all down, and I like to pull pictures in and stuff like that. So maybe some of you want to do that if you don't normally. Because look, this guy is actually under a sheet. If you pull the sheet off of a part of yourself that maybe you were too busy in 2024, maybe you're too tired, but there's an aspect of you here that I'm seeing that wants to come out and wants to be included with the rest of the group of you. We in and of ourselves are our own collective, right? Inside of each person are all of these different versions of ourselves that operate in different functionalities. And there's this side of you here, and there's actually 3 people covered, which is interesting, 3 of Cups. And then there's 1, 2, and 3 there. So 3, 3, 3 with the 3 cards. 3, 3, 3, 3 could be significant here. It's like these 3 aspects of you want to come together, and they want to have a chance to shine the sun and the star in all their glory with the Four of Wands, probably in front of people with these cards in 2025. And that's just embracing more of who you are. It doesn't necessarily have to be in front of an audience per se. For some of you, it is. But for others of you, it's just embracing your authentic self. And there could even be a judgment call here when it comes to that, where it's like, you know, this whole 2024, I was kind of just getting by. Maybe you felt like you were in survival mode. You know, a lot of us have been kind of going through it in 2024, right? Now is a time in December to kind of like end off the year in a more contemplative vibe and like let yourself be rebirthed, judgment card, and reborn into the year of 2025. Also, taking note of the fact that we have Aquarius with the star, Leo with the sun, and with the lovers, we have Gemini. So Gemini, Leo, and Aquarius could be significant here as well. Just as a side note, especially if you are like looking for love, the person could possibly be Gemini, Leo, or Aquarius, or that's you. All right. Card number 3 is the Ace of Wands. See, that's that... It's that light, it's that spark, it's that new hope with the judgment energy. But I do feel this process happening in the background, and I think that's why we started off talking so much about like Pluto and Aquarius and the oneness of the collective, because that's what's causing this to happen more than ever. You know, a lot of people do their New Year's resolutions and all that, right? But this is like for real. This is not like, okay, I go to the gym 3 times and then I never go back again. This is also much bigger than that. This has this energy of, this is who I am. These aspects of me are coming online. And I think that Pluto and Aquarius is starting to, I'm just seeing these like lights flickering inside of like this circuit board sort of thing inside of the system of who we are. Like this is the collective, but this is also you. And I'm seeing with the Ace of Wands, it's like, and it could be because of some sort of like awakening that you're even going through. For some of us here, this is a very deep message, and it's like you're having some sort of a spiritual awakening with the Judgment and the Ace of Wands, where you're coming together in a new way. Can I just have a tiny bit more on that in closing? Coming together in a new way with the Tower, dude. There's going to be a Tower moment that is successful here. And I know that sounds bad. It's not bad. It's a dismantling of something that was blocking success in your life. Could be blocking success in love. Could be blocking financial success. 8 of Wands could even be blocking you like speaking out and being who you are and manifesting yourself out in the world with this Ace of Wands energy, wands. Could I have a little more on this Tower for everybody? Tell us more about this Tower, because I'm hearing it as a dismantling. Like, you know, for those who celebrate Christmas, you know how like when after Christmas is over and you're like dismantling the tree? And, you know, depending on how much you love Christmas, there actually can be kind of a sadness at that time. And you're like, oh, now it's just back to the status quo. You know, it was such a nice time and everybody was together and everyone was happy and stuff. I feel more of a sadness on this Tower and a grieving than I feel like, oh my God, everything in my life blew up. Yeah, death. This is some sort of a transformation happening for you, for some here, and it's for some of you, it truly is some sort of a spiritual awakening that's going to change things for you. Can I have a tiny bit more on this? Yeah, you're going to learn something with the Page of Swords that you like can't unsee. And I think it's just about yourself. We have the Empress coming out in the reverse, and it fell right on top of the Judgment. Now, for some of you, this is specific. For some of you, this is like your mother with the Five of Swords that's spoken things into your subconscious mind through the years that has made you feel like you can't be who you are, or you can't be abundant, or you can't be creative and stuff like that. I mean, you might even see your mother around the holidays, and you might have actually already gone through spiritual upgrades in 2024. So when you see her, it doesn't have to be your mother, guys. It could be anybody. The Empress in the reverse, right? Could be even like an aunt or something like that, a sister, whoever. Yeah, with the World here, with the World, you have closed some sort of a chapter. So for some of you, the wake-up call with the Judgment card and the Empress in the reverse is that you've changed, and you're looking around at all these people during the holidays, Three of Cups, when you come together, and you're like, I don't resonate anymore. And that could be what the Tower moment is with the Death. A lot of Pluto energy here. This is all Scorpio. We have Taurus now down on the table. You know, that could be, you could be, the Judgment wake-up call could be realizing that you have changed as much as you have, right? Or this is saying, another way to say this is that this Empress is you, male, female, non-binary, however you identify. The Empress is a card of abundance in all forms, right? And being one with yourself in all aspects of you. Remember, we were talking about that with the Three of Cups. All aspects of you have joined together. The Empress usually has those 12 stars on her crown representing all the different zodiac signs, the 12 signs of the zodiac, with the World card especially that we have showing up. For some of you, this is something financial. I'm going to get to that really quickly. It's a coming together of all the different parts of yourself, and that's why the Empress is so, she's the mother. She creates. She's creative. Ace of Wands, Empress. And for some of you, this is some sort of like understanding that with the Tower and the Death card and the Judgment card, something gets dismantled in your psyche, because we have the Five of Swords here with the Moon, which is like hidden. Yep, Two of Swords is here as well, more hidden. Hidden beliefs with the Hierophant. It's a card of beliefs. Hidden beliefs that you didn't realize were blocking you, Moon, from understanding that you could be extremely abundant, specifically financially, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. Yeah, exactly. And for some of you, this is like hidden negative words that you have in your subconscious mind. I'm not good enough. I can't have that. I'll never have a partner that actually loves me equally. I just keep attracting these assholes. You know, they keep putting me in third parties with the Three of Cups, Ace of Wands. They can't, you know, keep their you-know-what in their pants. Whatever. Judgment. You're judging yourself and your past situations and, oh, but I grew up poor and I've always been poor and I always live paycheck to paycheck. No. That's part of the dismantling that's happening. Is that Spirit's trying to help you see and understand, no, you don't have to be this. This is the thing. The Empress is here. Even if she's in the freaking reverse, she's here. This is the potential of what you have. You have the potential to be financially abundant as well as like grounded in your sense of identity. A wonderful life, a wonderful home, paying all your bills. You have a savings account. You're full of creative ideas with the Ace of Wands. You have wonderful people around you in your life with the Three of Cups. People that you can lean on, rely on, and trust. If you're going through a hard time with the Tower, they'll be there for you. If you're going through a transformation, like I'm seeing somebody bring like soup over to your house, like one of your friends coming over to your house and be like, here's some soup for you. You're going through a hard time. It's a transformation taking place here. And for some of you, it's because you're having this revelation because it's in direct opposition to what you're experiencing when you're like at these holiday parties, for example. It might actually feel very negative at first with the Tower and the Death card. You might be like, dang, I already felt weird. I already felt other. And now I really don't resonate with these people. I've changed so much this year, or this is something that's about to happen. That just starting in December through 2025, you're going to have a spiritual awakening. You're going to upgrade. You're going to change. And it's going to dismantle some of the previous Hierophant beliefs that you held about yourself in the world, which is what Pluto in Aquarius is for. But it's, this is a big, long transit. It's 20 years. I'm just talking about it now because they're having me talk about it. And it's part of our justice with the justice card here that these ideals be dismantled. Because it's what's going to bring us into these abundant lives that we've always wanted to live and never could, for all these reasons as to why I can't have that, and this is how it was, and that's how it's always been. And with the moon here, it's like some of us, the moon and the Two of Swords, were blindfolded to the fact that we even felt this way or we even thought these thoughts, right? Ace of Wands is a new beginning, which makes sense because it's the end of the year and we're going into 2025. Final words. I know I already said that, but I just feel like there's actually a little bit something more, and then we'll close on this. Final words for December 2024 for the collective. Advice, insights, and wisdom. For the collective, December 2024, as we end out this big year. I was going to say as we end out this cycle. Yeah, we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse with the Devil. This is a very negative person that you could have been dealing with, or that you're still dealing with. The Queen of Swords in the reverse, to me, would be enough for me to say that this is a very negative person. We had the Five of Swords before. Again, this could be your own mother, unfortunately. This could be your partner, unfortunately. This could be a friend, a sister, just people, or just a very, very negative person. That I'm also seeing another side of it where this person plays the victim. They turn on the tears. You might even experience that during the holidays because, we all have family that we know. We know what we're going to come into if we get together around the holidays, right? But the Queen of Swords in the reverse for me doesn't mean they're a narcissist, but it means they're narcissistic. They're negative. They say mean things, right? At the very least. But combined with the Devil, this is not a good person. I knew there was more here. And we have the King of Cups underneath that. I feel like this is you. Whatever your gender is, it doesn't matter. I feel like you have a really beautiful heart and you're just trying to, Eight of Pentacles, build a bridge between you and other people in your lives. See how we have this guy's like trying to build a structure where everybody can connect. It's like he's connecting all of these points together. I feel like this is you. And that is beautiful, but just be aware that this person is this way and they want to control you. They want to change your narrative. They want to change your ideas. They might even want to make you feel weird for the changes that you've gone through and the person that you're becoming, because they have this really negative outlook on, well, spiritual enlightenment, essentially. Advice on dealing with whatever this is here. And for some of us, and no judgment because I've been here as well, for some of us, this is an aspect of us that we're trying to work through, that we don't want to, this could be you, negative self-talk against yourself, things that you would never say to anybody else, but you would say, I hate myself, or, I suck at everything I try, all my money's going down the drain. Try not to say those words. Ace of Wands, try to speak empowering words over yourself. Even if it feels dorky, right? With the Hermit, Yeah. This is like, if this is you, it's the advice is to like go within yourself and attempt to do this introspective shadow work to heal these aspects. Because for some of us, we had the moon and the two of swords before. Some of us don't even know that we're doing all that. And for some, it might have been imparted by like parents when you were younger. For some of you, your parents or this parent has already died and they're still in the back of your head because you took on that negative language, that five of swords, against yourself, or this is somebody that you no longer speak to, an ex or something like that. You took it into your psyche and now you don't even realize. You're just like, oh, what's wrong with me? I always do this. I always F up. Why am I such a freaking failure? Everything I try. This could be finances for some of you. You might be struggling with finances right now, King of Coins. But remember what we talked about. Emperor, this is your potential. We had the Empress before. Now this is like the masculine side of what I was talking about with the Empress, with the abundance and the creativity and the mental blocks. Remember we had the Queen of Pentacles. Now we have the King of Pentacles and we have the Emperor. Before we had the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. This is the masculine version of what I was saying before. It's not about man and woman and gender. It's about masculine versus feminine energy, which is output versus input. And what we're talking about here is like, you may realize if you go inside yourself with the Hermit that you actually are your own worst enemy, your own worst critic. And a lot of that comes from things that were imparted into our psyche over a long span of time that we're just kind of used to it. You know what I'm saying? Or for others, this is an outside person. They could be a Capricorn, don't have to be, or you could be. We also have Aries. We have Aries, Capricorn, and Virgo. Those could be your placements or somebody you know. Whether it's an outside person or it's a person inside of you, there's blockages. And we can blast through those. Remember we talked about that? Tower, Death card, transformation, spiritual awakening. We can blast through all of this. It doesn't matter how many years you've had negative self-talk. And it's not just about self-talk. It's about a spiritual enlightenment that can happen through this hermit mode, which basically is shadow work. It's going inside and realizing who you really are. Remember we started off with the Three of Cups? That could be tying into this. You might start doing some introspection about, hey, what do I want to accomplish in 2025? And then you realize 2 weeks into December that you started down this crazy rabbit hole. It started off as like a positive goal setting, and then you got deeper in there and you're like, oh my God, I'm realizing, Nine of Wands, how hard everything has been in my life. And it's kind of like overwhelming to some people here. But with the High Priestess, you are shielded and protected by, I'm hearing the gods and goddesses of the underworld. As you do this shadow work, yeah, with the Strength card, they're surrounding you. They're holding you as you do this work because they're trying to get you to rise like a phoenix and change these thoughts in your brain so that you can be successful financially and in the way that you make decisions with the Emperor. Remember we had that Eight of Pentacles and the guy was putting together that box? See how the Emperor has a box as well and now it's a full piece? You're building brick by brick, piece by piece, your own self-perception. Or that's the advice, to look at yourself in a new way, that you can do these things. You can be financially successful. Or I would even go a step further and say, I am financially successful. I am able to make my own decisions with no issues. I am strong. I am successful. I am doing better every day. You know? Yeah. And for some, it's going to be like this, as you do this shadow work, you're going to start to see like your spiritual gifts come online. I'm seeing like your third eye opening. I'm seeing you having like more dreams. Didn't I talk about that? Waking up between the sheets between, in that liminal space of when you're half asleep and half awake, it's like the most clear we are. We're able to understand the things that we don't normally look at because we're so busy and stuff. You might start having like more dreams, and these fragmented sides of yourself are going to start to come together more. And these fragmented sides of you, these parts of the inner child from when you were 7, when you were 12, when you were 24, they're all going to come together. And those are the things that are going to make you successful, that are going to make you money, that are going to make you, that are going to like manifest you and attract a good relationship and good people and a happy life. But it starts with us. And with the Ace of Wands as our final card, that truly is a great omen for December, of course, but also for 2025. That this can be a new beginning for us if we let it, right? And we have that new moon in Sagittarius on the 1st of December. The new moons are great for manifestation. We have 2 new moons in December. We have the new moon in Sag, December 1st, and we have the new moon in Capricorn on December 30th. And I'm somebody that believes a couple days before and a couple days after the moon, it's the most potent. So if you want to start manifesting certain things, then working with those new moons, writing things down, starting to get those wheels turning in your brain, specifically on the 1st of December and the 30th of December are great times to really hone in on what you want for the new year. But finally, we have the full moon in Gemini on the 15th of December, which is a wonderful time. The full moons are a great time to like release things, to let things go. Everything that's happened over the past year, like to just release it into that Gemini full moon on the 15th. So I love you guys. I hope that this was helpful. It's been Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. Remember, you can always listen to this show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. EST. And if you want to book a personal or donate to support the show, info is down below. Where the hell's my rose? All right, everybody. Until next time, it's been Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here, and Happy New Year. Happy holidays.